10 years ago the MCU started. 10 years ago. Just to give you guys some perspective on that, I was 15 when Iron Man came out. And now I'm 25 and we're at Avengers Infinity War. Holy crap!
I hope they remember you.
So Avengers Infinity War is the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and in Avengers Infinity War we follow the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy as they attempt to stop Thanos, who finally comes into play as Thanos is trying to gather all 6 Infinity Stones, because if Thanos does this, we are pretty much screwed. That is all I'm going to say, because I am going to be as vague as I possibly can. So guys, if you're wondering, there is going to be no spoilers. So for those of you who are afraid of me spoiling anything, do not worry, you guys are safe. And with that being said, guys, let's get into Avengers Infinity War. So I think it's safe to say that like all the MCU fans out there, I was hyped as hell to see Avengers Infinity War. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase on this one, guys. I absolutely loved Avengers Infinity War. Now, I don't think that you guys need to hear me gush again about how good everybody is. Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth. Pretty much everybody in this movie is amazing. And despite the fact that there is such a huge all-star cast in this movie, they still find ways to have every character have their moment to shine the spotlight. If I'm gonna talk about one specific person, that's Josh Brolin as Thanos, because holy shit, Thanos comes to play and he does not screw around in this. This dude is ruthless, he's intimidating, and by far he is the best MCU villain for me, right next to Eric Killmonger. He can definitely kick some ass, that's for certain. But above all else, he has motivation as to why he is doing this. The thing that I was hugely impressed with this movie is that since this movie is such a huge and an epic movie, there is a lot of juggling to go around here, with tones between the Avengers and the Guardians, with figuring out who to cut to. This movie, the Russo brothers, the writers, did such an amazing job at just having to juggle with everything that they did, because especially with the tones, because when you look at the Guardians of the Galaxy has a specific tone, and when they cut to the Guardians, it does feel like a Guardians movie, but when they cut to the Avengers, it has such a different tone, but somehow they nail the tones between each characters, and I was really impressed with how the Russo brothers nailed just juggling each tonal shift. And granted, even though there are some characters that aren't given quite as much to do as other characters in this film, even the ones that aren't given as much to do still feel relevant in this film, which another thing I really appreciated about this. And I will say there is that MCU humor here, but it all worked for me. There really wasn't a single part with the humor that fell flat out on its face. For me, every single part that included humor worked for me. I was laughing quite a bit during this movie when there were laughs. And when it comes to the action in this film, it is epic to say the least. I mean, holy crap. I mean, you guys saw in the trailer the Battle of Wakanda. You guys only saw a little bit of that fight. The rest of that fight is just insane. But really, the action scenes in this movie are really well done. It's all choreographed. You can see what's happening despite there being quite a bit of shaky cam, but the Russo brothers find a way to make the shaky cam work in their advantage. And the score by Alan Silvestri in this film is just pure epicness, to say the least. There are moments in this film of humor, there's moments of dread, there's moments of heartbreak, there's moments of heart warmth, and despite the tonal shift this movie has, Alan Silvestri's score finds a way to somehow seamlessly integrate through every scene. I mean, seriously, the score in this movie is great. And despite that this movie is just over 2.5 hours long, this movie does not drag whatsoever. This movie is an absolute roller coaster ride from start to finish. It keeps you constantly entertained, and it goes at such a pace that it just never lets up. And when it comes to the ending of this film, guys, all I'm gonna say are 2 words. Holy shit. In terms of the flaws I have, they're more like nitpicks, but they don't really drag the film down for me. But the nitpicks are that there are a couple of emotional beats that I feel like weren't quite as capitalized as I feel like that they could have been. But really, guys, that's it. Overall, guys, Avengers Infinity War was just epic, to say the least. This film was funny, it was action-packed. There are moments that'll make you go like, but there are also moments that'll make you go like, yes! But yeah, all in all, guys, I absolutely loved Avengers Infinity War, and I am absolutely going to give Avengers Infinity War a 5 out of 5 stars. Love this film with my nitpicks aside. I mean, sure, this movie is not perfect. It's not a perfect movie, guys, but I gave it a 5 out of 5 because I loved this movie, and I cannot wait to see it again, and especially cannot wait for Avengers 4. Bring it on, you guys. Also, guys, for those of you wondering, stay for the credits. There is a post-credit scene, and I feel like you guys are gonna lose your minds when you find out what happens. Alright, guys, so comment down and let me know below. Out of all the MCU films, which one is your favorite? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and I'm also on Snapchat. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links to the usernames are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Avengers Infinity War. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to see more reviews just like this one. If you guys want to see my review of Super Troopers 2, please click right here. Or if you guys want to see my review of Rampage, please click right here. And of course, until the next review, I'll see you guys next time.